Hello and welcome to another video. In this video I will show you how you can connect MySQL with Node. So first thing first, we need to open the terminal and init the package. I only need the author here on overload code. Yep. And let's install our packages. You can install them like that: express space body parser and what else, AGS. Yeah, let's install node daemon. Npm install node daemon. And the next thing we need to do is to install the MySQL npm package. Here it is. So just install it, npm install MySQL. In the app I will copy the variables like express app and body parser and path. And we need one more, MySQL require MySQL. We have it here. Let's set the AGS and the body parser. And let's use the path. I just copy it. Let's make the connection with the server. 3000 console.log. Please listening on port 3000. Yes, all good. Let's make a new file, data.ags. Now we want to make the connection to MySQL, but first you need to open the MySQL workbench by typing here MySQL workbench. You can create a new connection. You should set your username or something and the password. Click OK. I have one here, MySQL 1. I connect to it. I put the password Tor. And now let's create a database by simply type create database learn MySQL. If you refresh here, you see we have the database learn MySQL. We create the table by typing create table. Let's say product. We need an ID, which is an int of 6. We want it to auto increment and to be a primary key. We need the product name of varchar. $250, not null. We put not null because we want the product name to be valid. You can't introduce a product without a name. And the price, which is an int also not null. And if you run, no database selected. We have to use the database that we created, which is learn MySQL. And so if we refresh, we see the table that we created. We can see the products by typing select from database from product, and we have no product here. Let's introduce some product. We introduce products by inserting insert into product values, let's say null, because the ID will go up by 1, 2, 3 and so on. Let's say P 1 because we want the price to be 1. Chocolate with $5, null. Let's see table 100 and one more rows with, let's say, $10. Let's insert it, and we have the products here. The ID of the tea is 1, of the chocolate is 2 and it costs $5. The table is 3 and it costs $100. Now we want to get the data from here and display it on the server or on the website. How we can do that? Let's make the connection with the database, because now we only have the database created. First of all, we need to create a connection. Const db is MySQL dot create connection. We named our database db. We have host, which is local host in our case, and user, root. You can find the infos here if you click database, connect to database. You have the local host, root, the password you set it, and the port. Let's go back, and the user is root. The password, it's optional, but you can put it. I put it to be Tor. The database is learn MySQL. And the port is 3306. Now that we have the connection, we need to connect to the database. We created a connection, but we are not connected yet. So we type db.connect. If we have an error, we want to display it. If error, throw error. But first, let's console log it so we can see it. And let's say if it passes the test, we can console log that we are connected. We are connected to MySQL. So we can test it, and we have an error, missing script dev. I forgot to put it here. Dev node app.js, node daemon app.js. And now let's run npm run dev, and we are connected to the MySQL. Okay, great, but how we can get data from the MySQL? let's see. We make a GET request. To the home with the request and the response. And now we make a query to the database. So let's select from product if we do this, select from product, we get all the elements from the product, and we have an error, the rows and fields. If we have an error, we throw it and we can't go further. If error, throw error, and if we don't have an error, we console log the rows, and let's see what's happened. We go to the page, let's type home. You can see that the page is reloading because I didn't redirect it to go in another place. Here we have the tea, the chocolate, the table and the rows with the price. If you want only the tea, we can put the first element. So let's see, yeah, we have only the first element. Now let's go here and type MySQL products, make a UL. We want the app to send the data, so we send it by typing res.render data.ags and the product to be the row. Here we have the products, so we simply type products dot for each and make a function. So for each product we want to make a li. Let's close it first. We want to make a li and type the product. Like this. Because if we typed it like this, we only get the product, not the value of the product. So let's see what happened. We go on home. So what happens? We see MySQL products and object. We need to specify product name with product name. And let's see now, tea, chocolate, table and rows. We want the price as well with the price of product price dollars. And let's see, tea with the price of Prince. I type Prince, oh my god, with the price of $1, 5, 10, 100. Let's change the name from Prince to price. We will alter the table, learn MySQL, no, the table product, rename column price to price, and if you refresh and see, we change the name to price. let's say it in Visual Studio. Here we have price, and let's refresh it. You see, we have price. If we refresh, we have price, and we have t with the price of 1. So let's recap. You have to request the package, you have to create a connection, and then connect to the database. After you connected, you can make a query and do something in it. If you want, you can make a constant like q, which will have the value of this, and now your code is more readable here, and we obtain the same thing. In the next video, I will show you how to insert something, to delete and update something in MySQL. So stay tuned.